Hello and good afternoon, evening, or whatever time it is, wherever you are, and welcome to the Tier 1 Gaming Live 100 Days Offensive Championship match between Top Score League and Legendary Gaming. Say that 3 times fast. And speaking of fast, this tournament has gone by in the blink of an eye. Big shout out to all the teams participating in it from all around the world, but it all comes down to this. 2 teams left, one more match to play. It is time. My name is Catalyst, Wham Catalyst, or that caster guy, to whom it may concern, and I am extremely excited to bring this championship match to you all today. And sitting beside me from about 3,000 miles away is the man that they call Ender. Ender, what has been your favorite moment of this entire tournament this far, or do you not have a favorite moment,
Um,
and you are not allowed to say stabbing me in the back on
oh,
Argon, because that answer is
stop
off
talking
limits.
about stabbing in the back. 1 second. Sorry, my favorite thing is all the potatoisms with my broadcasting software. Right there, right as you're about to introduce me, I was like, oh, my mic's not set up. And then right there, also on the intro video, I cut the Battlefield 5 one short because I think there's a copyright thing on there now. Let me check server settings. They're saying that lenient latency is not on, but it should
Rutro,
be.
I can go and verify this very, very quickly.
Okay, stand by. We're gonna watch. Check out this intro, guys. This standby screen by Fergan.
Yeah,
That is awesome, dude.
lenient latency is off. So that is a big blunder right there.
Yeah, I don't know when or why it would have been turned off. Like we never turned it off, so I don't know. Just blame me.
All
Just
right,
blame me.
who done it? Who
2 seconds,
it?
guys.
Is it Axe? Did Axe FPS do this? I bet Axe did
I
this.
don't know how. You'd have to be logged into my account. That's one thing I don't like is there's no way to give anybody permissions to change settings, and there's no app for it. So it's kind of a pain.
I believe I do have to leave the server, correct?
Yeah, everybody needs to back out real fast. It's not going to take long here.
Alrighty. All right. Really, I gave that entire speech, and now
I need one
we're
of those
having to
director
back up
boards.
because somebody forgot to turn off or turn on the lenient latency.
I always have a disclaimer
That's,
in place, so it's never my fault. I tell people, check server settings, verify. So we're just waiting.
So basically, you're not responsible for your own
Nope.
server, essentially.
Nope.
Right.
I'm not the expert. I make mistakes all the time, more than you probably even should. But that's why I tell people to check. So it's somebody else's fault. Never mind.
It was Axe's fault. We'll just blame it on Axe. We are waiting to get back into the server here.
Shepard. It was a good speech anyways. What's up, guys? Let's see. We got 22 right now on YouTube. And we have, I don't want to hear myself playing back. We got a handful here on Facebook, but it's not telling me. How many are over here on Facebook? It's not telling me. I don't know if there's like a control. I'm sure there will be, but there's like a control.
Oh, I'm seeing that. That screen, that Battlefield 5 screen, and that is pretty nice.
Fergan made that
really
from
cool.
scratch. Like,
shout out to Fergan, a brand new member of the Tier 1 Gaming staff. Very, very happy to have Fergan on board.
Yeah, she's top notch there with the. I mean, you can see there that looping's kind of wrong on there. Never mind that, guys. I'll get that fixed. It's just that's my fault. But it keeps blipping there once in a while. Let me go ahead and let's see here. I gotta back out of the chat real fast, so I'll be back.
Okay, so I'm being.
Oh, you got cut off. 1 sec, guys. We'll be right back in. See what happens when we don't stream like 3 a weekend. We get rusty, or I do anyways. All right. And I think we are going to be set, hopefully.
But
We're
also
back.
some of our biggest. Well, thanks for interrupting me. Our biggest concerns, but also our praises towards Battlefield 5 and what we saw in that trailer. So you never said what your favorite moment was, but I'm gonna bypass that and I'm gonna ask you what you personally think of Battlefield 5, what we've seen so far.
Well, you know, if you guys are on Discord, or I guess it wasn't in my video, but you probably heard me say, if you've been around, just I think the reveal. I mean, it was just a reveal, but it was really awkward. I'm not sure what their thought process was, but I think that I don't think I know there's a ton of stuff new. I think, you know, whereas Battlefield 1, you know, despite the problems, it was a step up quite a bit from the previous, you know, 3 installments. This one is several steps up from Battlefield 1. There's a ton of stuff. They didn't highlight it there in the reveal. I think they did a little bit on, you know, the quote unquote after show reveal, but that was on Mixer, so unless you went over there, you probably didn't see it. But I think they sold themselves short. But it's going to be the best Battlefield game to date. That's
All right, I'm going to drop party for just a second to join back. I actually joined the server as a player. That's a goof on my part. All right, I'll be back in a sec.
First time seeing the stream. Thanks for tuning in, Hunter. How did you find us? Fergan? Anto Falala? Hello, hello. See if I can go over to Facebook. I don't interact very well over there. Is chat? Okay, chat is coming up there. I need to pay better attention here.
Okay, there we go.
There we go. I think everything's set. Lenient latency's on. We're about ready to kick this thing off. Top score league. Legendary. I guess there was an upset win. We didn't get it covered. A couple weekends ago, Legendary taking out AOV, which I don't think anyone was expecting. And now here we are.
Yeah, I have not had the pleasure of commentating or watching LGD play Battlefield 1, but I am going to get that pleasure here today. I hope to see some surprises from this African team. I think, well, definitely AOV looked extremely strong throughout this entire tournament, and they were, I guess, apparently upset. I mean, much to our unfortunate ignorance, we don't know a whole lot about the African teams. And I say that it's not like we don't know anything. We do know a fair amount about these teams, but not as much as we'd like to. But I really am looking forward to see what this LGD team has to offer, as they've been step by step with AOV really all this tournament.
Yep. Obviously, it's going to be a heated match here, so I'm real interested to see what happens. TSL here undefeated. LGD obviously only defeated once, and I want to say by AOV, right? And then they took the win.
No, they lost to. Are you talking in the?
Oh no,
regular,
wait, it was Dawn. That's right.
The regular season.
Yeah.
It was Dawn because it was Dawn squad.
I think in the qualifiers they lost to AOV. And then Dawn.
I think yes.
Right. So.
And then Dawn squad came in and got the victory here in the World Series. Shout out to Dawn squad. Dawn squad and Wham had an absolutely hellacious match last Sunday. Went right down to the wire.
Yep. Nothing like that 3.5 hour one, huh?
Oh. Yeah, well, I think ours was borderline 3.5 hours, 4 hours, because Wham won Argon, Dawn won Sinai. A little triggered about Sinai. I don't know a player in Tier 1 that's like, Sinai, yeah.
Me.
Fantastic map, but
yeah.
And then it went to Amiens, and it was very, very close. And honestly, the match, I think Wham won on caps, but the match was so close it might as well have been a draw. So I personally definitely look forward to playing my friends over in Dawn Squad again. Winkers, who is in our chat right now, streamed that match for us. Big shout out to Winkers. As we get the remaining players into the server, it looks like TSL starting to populate. LGD have a few members in right now.
Mr. Matt Lamb. That is a name I haven't heard in a long time. What's up, dude? Hunter, that's pretty cool. You play competitive COD under your organization. I love Battlefields. Hoping there's a more competitive side to this game. I looked it up on Twitter and YouTube, and now you're here. Very nice, dude. I like to hear how people find us. It's always interesting to see what, how people ended up over on the channel. Yes, there's quite a bit of competitive stuff. Now, to you guys overview, it's 16 on 16, which is, not competitive, depending who you ask. I don't know how it's not, but I had to put that in there. We're playing, obviously, a South African team and a North American team. So first server is played on a South African private server. Second map, which is going to be TSL's choice. And I don't remember what that is off the top of my head.
Sinai.
It is Sinai?
Sinai.
Okay.
Judging you a little bit, Salvo. Shout out to Salvo.
But it's going to be on North America, so they're going to have the advantage. And then should it go to a tiebreaker, that will be on a, as neutral as we can get server, which is going to be on Europe. So ping will be real close there.
Yeah, it was interesting to me why, because I thought going into this match that it would just be straight European service because it equals out, very, very well, and there would be really no need to server
ping-wise by about 20 to 40.
Slight disadvantage?
Yeah, so I don't blame them, honestly.
Really?
It's not by much, and that's only if, you assume TSL is using all East Coast.
I think so. I don't know many West players on TSL.
Okay. Well, in that case, then it would be an advantage for TSL that way, all across 3 maps. So I can get the logic that LGD has here. It makes sense.
So this is, of course, map 1, and this is LGD's map of choice. This is Suez, a very, very popular map at the beginning of the tournament, but really kind of disappeared out of nowhere, to be honest with you. There were a lot of Suez matches in the very beginning, and the further and further we got through the tournament, I guess teams maybe got tired of playing Suez, or maybe it just wasn't favored in the matches that were set up. But a very, very interesting match. Horse is going to be a huge part of this game plan, especially for TSL. I know Krambit's normally an absolute beast with his infantry play, but he is also a very good cavalryman, as well as DB. So just a little foreshadowing. Horses are going to be a major play there. And of course, after this match is done, we will be moving over to Sinai. That is TSL's pick, and Sinai is a very, very disliked map throughout much of the community. And then third map, we have also another kind of a screwball map, Soissons.
Yeah.
Not a very popular map, but we are going to see some action on it today, which is very, very exciting because everybody, their mother, their sister, and their father have seen T16 Frontlines matches on Amiens and Argonne and Suez. Those are the 3 staples. So it's definitely going to be very, very interesting to see how those play out.
Yep. Yeah, this is really about the most normal one of them, huh? Why would you, why would you choose Sinai for Frontlines? That's interesting. Oh, and if you guys didn't know, and you didn't hear, because there's not a lot of information, again, with the reveal and stuff, Frontlines will be back in Battlefield 5. Confirmed. Mm-hmm. Which is great.
Confirmed.
My whole point was that, I've done a ton of Conquest Small. I've done quite a lot of Conquest Large, 32v32. We just have Conquest now in BF1, and I assume it's going to be the same way in BF5, but, it's kind of like, we'll make it work, do 20v20 is the design we came up with, but, now we've got something that directly replaces Conquest Small with, back to 16 on 16, and it's in hindsight, it's a way better mode. It is, everything's focused. You're not bouncing around to 6 different flags. It's fun. Conquest is fun, but I think, viewer-wise too, that Frontlines is where it's at for 16.
So speaking of game modes returning to Battlefield 5, operations is making a return, but it's getting a little bit of a twist. What are your opinions on grand operations? I know that myself, I'm a huge operations player, and grand operations taking place over 4 days or something like that, and each day is a different game mode or a different situation based on what happened the previous day before that. I think that's
it's
really,
going to be
really
real
interesting.
dynamic. It's not going to be the same. Like right now, it's not this. It's the same. You're basically, exactly. Okay, this is the one objective push. This is what they have. This is, how many tickets you have. It's going to be all like ever changing, and they're going to throw in different modes, as experimentation for whatever they might put into the base game, is the way it was said. So it's going to be always different, I think. It's not going to just be the same thing over and over, which really Battlefield is anyways, but it's going to be like basically a wild card.
So you are one of the few Battlefield game changers, and you probably know more about this Battlefield 5 game than a lot of people do right now. So what is something to look forward to that currently,
teamwork,
or I guess, what is your favorite aspect? Teamwork? You already beat me to the punch there. You think teamwork is gonna be the champion of all Battlefield 5 features, huh?
Yeah, if you check back on the video, are you guys getting music? I don't think they're getting music in the background. Hopefully I did that right. Hold on. No one told me there wasn't any music. I don't know why my OBS has been changing here.
I'm blaming Axe again.
Oh,
it's his
I've
fault.
been having troubles with this thing. I don't know what the deal is.
Everything is Axe's fault, 100%.
We're waiting. Okay, well, you should have... There. Yeah, sorry, guys. I didn't know you didn't have music. You're supposed to tell me these things. We're waiting for them to load in. One of the guys, I think it's P-Dub, actually, having issues joining.
No, P-Dub is in.
Is he in?
I think... I'm trying to pinpoint who's missing from the TSL side, but LGD has all their players in. We're just missing one TSL player right now.
Go ahead and roll a restart on the server. Actions. Restart map. And we should be going here. Just, I think, let me confirm on 8. I think it's restarting. Did it? What did it do?
I haven't restarted. I'm still here. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm good.
Okay. Okay, just confirming, LGD has confirmed a 38-minute start. Here we go. 2 minutes in. Just gotta wait for TSL to confirm, and then we're good. Who's missing? That's what we're trying to figure out.
I could probably find that out. I'm friends with most of TSL. I can peek into their chat party.
Yeah, I don't know. Once this stream is done, I need to... I've got a problem, but I need to sit down and go through OBS and see. I don't know, long story short, like I was going to do I guess you'd say unofficial broadcast, which means 2 weeks ago. Fucking whole thing. I hit the lead on the main scene. There's no fail safe for that. Okay, looks like we're 16-16 LGD TSL round 1 in South Africa, and the countdown begins 2:38 minutes.
It's about that time, ladies and gentlemen. Can we get some hype in the chat for this championship match? About 1 minute and 40 seconds out. About 3 months of intense games that all come down to this. It has been long.
Where's your guys' money at? LGD? TSL? At least on the first one. I'm gonna go. I think if LGD should take this one. If they don't take this one, I think the game's done.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be very, very difficult. TSL has a great tank and repairman duo, Mad Gamer and Freddy, and it's going to basically rely upon LGD's tank. How effective is that tank going to be? How long can it stay up and support LGD's infantry? If that tank goes down quickly and there's a blitz play with horses to get LGD's tank right out of the gate, this could get very ugly very, very quickly. But LGD isn't here without reason. They are a very, very strong team, so it's going to be definitely interesting to see. About 35 seconds until start time.
And there's essentially two key spots. This is going to be this ridge line on Charlie starting out, and then the just to the top there of towards the railroad tracks, that building of Charlie. So we'll see how the teams stack here, but really they should be about 50-50.
Music is a little bit too loud. The music should be going away momentarily. 15 seconds.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, I don't know why all my settings have changed on this thing, but they have. Hopefully that music was better. This thing's screwing with me. And we're off. Here we go. LGD red, TSL blue.
You already see 3 horses being spawned in by TSL, Crambit, DB, and no, not P-Dub. There was one more person.
Oh, he's falling back. They had a nice, LGD had a nice left-hand flank just right out of spawn. It doesn't look like...
So what you see right off the bat here is the 3 horses being used by both teams, 3 horses and more. Oh my goodness, Ender, look at this right side. There's a whole bunch of LGD on this left ridge. They're going to try and get to Freddy as quickly as possible. They're looking for the tank, but they haven't been able to find it yet. I don't know if Freddy has spawned in with it yet, actually.
Yeah, I think there's a delay here on Kirky. What's up? I think there is a delay, but I wonder if they were just counting on the latency to give them, you know, take those 3. That's not a bad idea. Take those 3 horses, get them in position. Maybe they were looking for the tank, though, now that they've looped back. But I was thinking initially they were just going to be at the fallback point and banking on the fact that because of the latency that they would be able to, you know, cap this with 3 guys down. Those 3 horses not helping.
I think I'd be surprised if that wasn't planned, and if that was planned, that must have been brilliant planning on the side of TSL. There, they knew that LGD was going to try, and get out and get their tank early, and they just held off on that tank spawn, let the LGD horses run around aimlessly, take out the horses, and try to get as many kills as they can on the flag. Though LGD has gotten a lot of good position. You see them set up on the flag right in front of the wall. Yeah. They're pinning TSL into that C2 building.
Yeah, and I mean, they've got, LGD's got TSL where they want them right now. They've got them backed into that building off the cap zone. And it looks like they've got control of the building. There's Freddy in the tank. He's hurting over there.
And Freddy's in trouble. He is backing up. Renegade Master gets a spawn on the tank. He's going to try and rush back to get to Freddy, but he is probably going to get taken out from behind. Big fella is scrambling to get back to Freddy. Freddy is backpedaling.
Meanwhile, Charlie.
Super hard.
There goes. Yep.
LGD getting an early cap on TSL there. As you see Jang. Jang is surrounded. He's going to get taken out by Axforce with the SMG-08. Only person on the flag right now for TSL is P-Dub and Savo. P-Dub goes down. Savo getting a kill inside on Progressive. Getting a revive on P-Dub. Getting another revive on Kimosabi. Valsavo doing excellent medic work as he is scrambling right now, trying to get his team back on track.
Ooh. Looks like he went down right as I went to switch to him. Who is still in that building? It cannot. There we go, Renegade.
And it looks like Freddy has survived disaster. He was getting pelted for the time being, and he's going to get some shells off on LGD's tank, though. Looks like LGD is favoring a 2-man rep team. Looks like Nuke, Darren, and Clinton both
they got
on that tank, so that tank is going to be...
That's perfect positioning there, but I think, yeah, here comes Freddy and his crew. Gonna have a tank battle over on the side of Bravo.
Yeah, Freddy's pushing up just a little bit. I think he's pushing up because he knows there's a whole lot of assaults on the point right now. You see Rampage Streaks, see Renegade Master.
Look at the side flank right now coming from TSL with Zhang and Chemo. Oh, they're getting... Oh, they got annihilated, though, by lead. TSL working Bravo. They've pulled... Looks like they pulled most of LGD off of Bravo. Not a bad play.
And I think Freddy just went down in the tank, so LGD taking out Freddy. really, really quickly in this match.
And quickly
not the
getting
start that
control
they
of Bravo
wanted, I'm
again.
sure.
That was fast. And they're off the flag. Looked pretty good for TSL, and then LGD right back on it.
I think one thing that's impacted TSL so far is their snipers haven't been able to get into favorable positions. LGD has done a great job of sniping them and picking them off on the flanks. TSL has some dangerous snipers, Kimosabi being one of them, P-Dub another dangerous one, but they have not gotten the picks that they've needed, especially on the repairman. As you see, LGD's tank, Sergeant Lefeeder, or Ledfeder, African names, I struggle.
That is right.
It looks like TSL might be waiting for a squad bomb there as Doctor and Dr. Jiang, two doctors, both in the house, and Lefeeder gets a three-piece with an absolute snipe of a tank shell. That was an incredible shot. He shot three people through a narrow opening in those two buildings you see where Jiang just got a revive from Steg.
Having a hard time. Everything's so condensed here. Let me zoom in on the map a little bit. Looks like LGD is gonna push it back once more. They took a little bit longer on that one. They didn't have as much. I think it was like 2.5 minutes in. LGD took the first flag. This one took a little bit longer. They are on the South African server right now, so latency is definitely in their favor. You know, when we first got the RSP, it actually wasn't so. I think they've changed some stuff, but what happened? I think I froze.
You might have frozen. Yep, it looks like you lagged out of the server, but I am still here. I'm still ready to go. I'm going to try to do my best because I know that you're not getting visual on it right now, but Freddy has respawned in the tank, and Feeder is going around to the right side of A. LGD is pushing strong. We're going to try to get video back here for you momentarily.
Oh, that was about.
Although
that was weird.
TSL has done a fantastic job so far of clearing people off the point as Freddy is staying back and he is taking crack shots at LGD's tank. Although LGD has done a fantastic job, as I said pre-game, of keeping their tank alive. That is really the key to taking this map off of TSL, and they have played it perfectly thus far.
What's latency look like for TSL is the question.
TSL is very, very high 200s, close to 300 for almost all of them.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Hold on, guys. We'll be back in here. I don't know. I've never had that problem before. We're just outright freeze.
And Freddy gets taken out again by flanking LGD members.
Hopefully we don't miss the
very slow start by TSL here, but ping is definitely an issue, especially even though lenient latency is on. Being anywhere close to the 300s cannot be that exciting to play against. Because although the tank has gone down, TSL does seem to have favorable positions up on the flag.
All right, loading back in. That's weird. I've never had that happen.
And LGD, I know that you're not in to see it yet, but LGD just did something very, very smart. They laid smoke down in the middle of the point, and they got a squad bomb, and they were instantly able to burn the flag.
So where are we at right now on
As
flags?
Aquavar's getting a three-piece with the SMG-08, clearing TSL off the flag. It's Kimosabi making a desperate effort to get some damage on LGD's tank. LGD sacrificing people on the flag for repping power for their tank, and it has paid off so far.
LGD has a plan for Freddy. Hopefully we can see it here after wait, you know, forever for it to load in. Anytime now.
And it looks like we are, at this point in time, going to be at MCOMs, as LGD has taken control of this flag, and they are set up, and they are head glitched up, and they are not letting TSL anywhere near this point. They are pushed way out there. Although TSL is forming kind of near this left building area, they might try to form a push onto that flag and get a nice burn. Freddy is back up in his tank again. The key to this match so far, Ender, has definitely been Sergeant Leadfeeder for LGD.
I am not
Being able to
There we
stay
go.
up.
Wow. I loaded in. Everything was just frozen in place. Again. Oh, Crambit. Let's see what he does.
Krambit just baiting Grimstriker into a dynamite.
MCOMs telegraph.
As it does look
Looks like Ant.
does look like TSL is it looks like they're favoring that A side ender, as it does look like LGD might get a plan on B here. Looks like Anto is very close.
Yeah, they got pretty good coverage on it.
Renegade Master's going to come over the side and throw a limpet, but it's not going to be in time. He's going to get two, though. As Renegade Master, he gets a sickle to the stomach by Fury. That can't feel good, but Rampage Streak did stink behind him, and he's going to get a defuse here, it looks like. Rampage Streak's trying to get one behind him. He's fleeing around, he's flying around, and Fury is going to get another kill on him with the sickle. That's 2 sickle kills.
No! Brian Fury gets the arm right before he dies. Who's that? It's Doctor.
So if it's a tie at the end of all of this, the map that had the tie will be replayed at halftime. So instead of 40 minutes, it's going to be paid at 20 minutes, and that's going to keep going until we have a winner. As far as I'm aware, Krambit getting a 3-piece with Dynamite, and Freddy getting a 10 kill as well.
Oh, Artillery Strike's going to clear out that telegraph. Yep, and it goes LGD down to just, is that Bravo? Yep, Bravo there. Freddy, who's that?
And LGD getting a horse on the Wayfarer, and he just, goodbye. P-Dub just smacked the head off of that sniper all the way out there. Brilliant shot by P-Dub.
Where's old P-Dub?
I think he went down. He went down, unfortunately. He just got back up. This does look like they're going to be getting a plant. Renegade Master's right on it. I think he might get him before the plant is done, and he does it just so barely. He took it. He took his time there. Renegade Master almost let the man plant, but Salvo pulled it out, as Salvo is going to get a 2-piece here most likely, as he's chasing down the remnant of whoever's on this flag.
And we're falling back.
Now TSL does have a monumental task in front of them here. This is not an easy open plane to cross.
No.
TSL's going to have to get an early jump on this, and it does look like Krambit is going far along the right side with the horse. He might get a squad bomb here. It looks like he's turning in. Yep, and he's going to get off, and here comes a squad bomb. Rampage Streaks on Krambit. Though LGD does know they're there, they know something's up, as Landcryft is going to come on Krambit. And Krambit gets a nice kill before he's taken out by Stekase.
Salvo,
excuse me.
Behind him either. Looks like that allowed them to
Stekase and LGD clearing out that backside push. Great communication on the side of LGD here, you must admit.
Oh yeah, they're all over that. As soon as Stekase pulls off of that corner, one of the TSL guys came around, luckily put back on him. What do we got here?
It does look like TSL does have members on this right side, and Freddy is heading towards that.
You can see latency at work there.
And Freddy just going down again. LGD's assault and tank crew have been making work of Freddy in this match. I hate to say it because Freddy's a friend of mine, but it is not looking good.
No. I mean, they've obviously, both teams have carefully planned, but Led knows when to push up and when to fall back, and has a latency in his favor, so that's pretty much winning those fights for him. Light Scraper. Actually, I'm glad you asked that. If you go to the website, tier1esports.com or t1gamelive.com, it's the same site. There is I think it's join a team. I don't even know. I should know this. Let me check for you real quick, but you can join up on a Discord, and we got a whole community in place. It's Alison from Norway. You can call it Battlefield Norway, Tier 1 Norway.
Enemy coordinates have been set.
And we're going to have a whole page set up. But anyways, it'll take you to their Discord, and that's exactly what he's doing. Battlefield and Big Wars is their kind of their rebranding. It is under, okay, Conquest and Frontlines tab on our website, and there's a join a team. And you will get thrown in the mix.
And we are back on MCOMs here. Sabi getting a dome of a headshot. He's using, and he gets another one. He is right in the sweet spot, and he is just picking off LGD one by one. He gets another one. Sabi with a nice, I think that was 4 there. Right in the sweet spot range of the SMLE infantry's sweet spot. Falling back, is getting some flares. Does spot that tank, though, with those flares, and he's got a lot of room.
It looks like TSL
does get a snipe on a repairman.
Tickets from LGD before they even get up to the MCOM. They're, what, about 9 short right now? Before they even got there. So TSL is just kind of, you got to pick those kills off. Don't let them get the revives, and just keep bleeding those tickets. You want, you know, minimal fighting right there on the telegraph itself. But look at LGD full force. Stecky's gonna run.
Now, just as I was about to guess, I was gonna say now TSL knows that LGD is gonna be overloading this B side, so they're gonna be looking for spawns on this left and Crambit. As I said, that does get a squad bomb. They're gonna try and get over here before LGD can fall back, and it looks like Salvo and Streaks are on him. Crambit's gonna start running with the horse. Gets one.
Meth Wish with an arm.
I don't think he was able to get the other one.
The enemy has armed objective butter.
LGD,
and look for Freddy to call in pigeons here if he has pigeons. I don't know if he called it in already, but Freddy in a very precarious situation as Crambit's try and come in. Crambit's going to try and get somebody or gets that defuse. He does get one. It looks like, and there comes pigeons for Freddy. I was wondering what was taking him so long, and now it looks like TSL's going to be able to.
Oh man,
TSL's going to save it again, but the downside of that ender is that they lost that flank that they had because the bomb got planted, so they had to come back and get a kill or get the defuse.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know, one thing at a time, but I mean, they saved it, and I guess now they got to worry about getting back up there. But who's that? Rampage? He's got a head start here. He's coming on right flank. Steckies and who is that? MST something striker. Looking to pick him up. Rampage.
There's an enemy horse rider.
Sitting up on the top step. Assume he's waiting for a squad spawn.
Striker's getting up the stairs, and Rampage shuts that down very, very quickly.
And Clown.
Rampage probably waiting for a squad bomb. He does get a spawn from Salvo, but LGD knows that they're there. We're gonna have to relocate or get these kills here. Salvo is gonna get Clown. He knows there's one more there. He's searching for him. Renegade Streaks is going to come around the other side, but he's not going to see Steckies. He gets taken out. Crambit does spawn there.
Yeah, they're having latency
And Steckies comes down from behind, and he's trying to get from Salvo. Now I'm getting latency issues because I don't even know, because people were jumping around one another there.
Yeah, it's been kind of weird today. LGD's got coverage everywhere on Alpha, so we're going to go back to telegraphs in just a minute.
It's going to be interesting to see what TSL is going to do here to try to get out of this back and forth. Now, there are 20 minutes and 25 seconds left in this match, so definitely a lot of time to go all the way back over. I've seen it done before.
Yeah, I mean it's.
But all of their options, Ender, have been completely eliminated. LGD has rotated over to whatever side that TSL has tried to go to. Now, unfortunately, the left side.
You know, but then it makes it hard when you throw the latency in there. But TSL's putting up a hell of a fight. And it looks like they've. Oh, here comes Bloodhound on the horse running through. It looks like they're gonna shoot down the lower side. TSL stacked heavy on that ridge that we're looking at right now. TSL knows that they're coming down through the trenches. See if TSL rotates. Looks like they are.
And it does look like TSL is down their tanker. So that's going to be incentive for LGD to get this done and get this done now as artillery is coming in. Doesn't get any kills. Krambit in the trench line. He's going to run into one player. Gets the dynamite kill. He's going to run into Lengthruth. Gets him. Krambit going down the trench here. He's going to get a kill. It looks like on Clown there, but Stekes takes him out and gets a revive. The Rampage Streaks is over on top, and here comes Freddy in the tank as the opportunity.
Going for Bravo.
Yep, they might get a plant, but that tank is going to be the neutralizing factor, I think, even if they do get the plant.
Oh! Langneck almost had it.
Oh my god, that was close.
Flowing backwards. Gotta love the ragdoll.
Enemy coordinates have been sent to our artillery.
Yeah, I mean...
So what LGD has been doing here is they've been having a bunch of assault players as Theater is going to get some fire here from that artillery strike, but
Anto going for the arm.
The way that LGD has been taking out Freddy is they've had their assault players lined up right next to the tank, and then they've been almost doing just like a straight volley of shots.
Antophilia there, he dropped one of the TSL guys. They were like they're just a few feet from each other. Drops him and then gets the arm there. It was pretty nice to watch.
It does look like LGD did get an arm there, and they are surrounded on this bomb.
Yeah, I mean, anything could happen. Progressive, Humanator, and Antophilia need to get back up in there. Krambit going for the disarm, gets cut down. Bloodhound's got a nice position here. He's just mowing them down as they come in. And
that is map 1. That is map. Wow, I was honestly not expecting that, but lenient latency or the lag do play a part in this, so you can't be too surprised. But that is a very, very strong map for TSL, and LG just walked through the door and made their own. Very, very exciting match, but first map does go to LGD as we now switch servers and head over to a different desert by the name of Sinai.
Yep, and this is where TSL has a chance to shine, not dealing with those huge latency issues. What do we end up here? What did Lead finish here? Where's he at on the scoreboard? There he is. 43-4-3. Okay, guys, stand by one. Switching over. Coming back across the ocean to North America, U.S. East. So, what I was going to ask a few minutes ago, for you guys who've played in our tournaments, what do you like Frontlines? Do you dislike Frontlines? Do you think it's like the ideal kind of sweet spot, or?
Is this a question for me, or is this open to
everybody? You've played them. Oh, you didn't play Conquest, though, but I mean, what do you think? Yes.
I think that Frontlines really has great potential to be a competitive mode, but not under a anything goes kind of rule set. I know that's the thing that we do here, and it is a lot of fun, and it is very definitely
kind of like an
entertaining to
incursions
watch.
type framework
Yeah,
around
I mean, just
Frontlines?
I think with the framework that Battlefield 1 has, and it's not necessarily the Tier 1's fault or anything, but there's like 16 type of grenades in this game. So you have a frag grenade, gas grenade, incendiary grenade, light anti-tank grenade, impact grenade, not to mention rifle grenades for the medic class, not to mention limpet charges, dynamite, anti-tank grenades, the crossbow launcher for the support class. There are so many types of grenades in this game that teams of 16, but it's just a lot. So I think that it kind of impedes the game mode a little bit. I'm going to be interesting to see how it happens in
Kill that thumb for 1 sec. I gotta
Battlefield 5.
I gotta drop out of here. I'll be right back. Oh, I wish Dice wouldn't have put that in. We have to keep leaving chat because otherwise it doesn't give the option to join as a spectator. So that's why we keep doing this, in case you're wondering. So, you were saying though, with the grenade types, Battlefield 5, hoping to not see as many.
Yeah, I'm hoping not to see as much grenade spam.
Go ahead and keep talking. I'm gonna go grab a water. So keep them
All right,
entertained.
I'm hoping. Yeah, I'm hoping definitely not to see as much grenade spam in Battlefield 5, but I think domination is probably the purest mode of competitive that Battlefield has at the moment. Very, very calculated. You could be a little bit more aggressive than you can in the T16 Frontlines, but it also places the value of a life at a greater value. So I think that's a little bit more entertaining to watch, knowing that the stakes are a little bit higher in a domination match than when you have 16 or 15 other players rather with you that can help you out. And it doesn't take away from the fact that I do think Frontlines is probably the most fun mode for competitive currently. But I'm interested to see what you all think in the chat. Looks like a bunch of Frontlines. Yes, love Frontlines. Great for comp as well. Frontlines, I think, is probably, next to Operations, the best mode in Battlefield 1. I know that they messed up Conquest just a little bit with the ticket system.
Okay. And
But I will say branching out into more competitive game types, I will say that I don't think that one game mode supersedes another necessarily. I think it's very, very close, and at that stage it all becomes about preference. What you prefer. Do you prefer more value of life and aggressiveness in a T5 domination, or do you prefer the kind of battlefield experience with T16, T12, T8 Frontlines?
16, 32, 45? No. Yeah, I mean, we've always focused on the larger scale stuff. We might launch an incursions thing. I think that, we may end up canceling that. And I say that because there's very few teams signed up. It's not as popular as I thought it would be. And I think a lot of it is just lack of interest. Now we've got, Battlefield 5 in sight, and there's so many other leagues that have already started doing incursion stuff that I don't know that we're going to do it. And that's fine. I just think it's, oversaturated and lack of interest. Those two things don't really go together.
Yeah. I think the incursions, really, it wasn't any lack of interest that Tier 1 or you had any impact in. I think it was really just the DICE developers, the developers of Battlefield 1 that kind of dropped the ball when it comes to incursions, because
very great.
Yeah, the rollout wasn't that great, and I know you and I have talked about this a couple times off stream, just shooting the stuff in pub matches. But the main reason why I stopped playing incursions initially is because and obviously it's changed now, because you can have 5-man parties, but you can only have, at the beginning, you only have 2 members in your chat party, so you couldn't even load into like a practice range with any more than 2 people in your party, and a practice range doesn't even have anything to do with matchmaking. You could be on a completely another game, so you can have me and Ender in a chat party back when this launched, trying to play incursions, and you can have a third person come in playing Far Cry 5, and it still wouldn't let you matchmake. And I think that's just I don't understand the logic behind that.
I think it had to do with the limitations on PlayStation 2 with what they really could and couldn't do. I don't know.
But so what would happen is I would be getting into matches where either my teammates were not at my skill level, or my teammates would be leaving, and it was just not a fun experience. Not to mention that the game mode itself, it could be very slow and boring sometimes, especially when it's a stomp and not a very interesting game. I think the game mode lacks flow, and it lacks fun, like natural fun. So I think that's really one of the main reasons why teams are not really gravitating towards incursions. And again, it's nothing to do with anything that any leagues have done, but I think it's just the game mode itself that's kind of flopped.
On any given night, the amount of people that are in there playing it is very low anyways, and tried to make it interesting, but I enjoy it, but there's so much downtime too, like you said early on.
Yeah, I remember like a 5-minute wait when we were playing Incursions the other week, and sometimes
Oh
it's even
yeah, I
longer,
think
especially if you
we
can't
timed
find
out at
somebody
15
and you're in.
before. It just dropped us. Yeah, so yeah, I mean it's just there's too many restrictions on it. I think is what it comes down to. And it's like, oh, you can't have more than 3. Oh, you can't have any less than 10. Oh, you can't have other people in the chat. Oh, you have to do this. Too many things, just kind of too restrictive.
Too many hoops to jump through.
And that a lot adds to a lot of the lack of fun, I think. At least for me.
Telfer in the chat saying nothing wrong with Cyanide. Cat loves it. That could be not like that could not be further from the truth. I think there's a lot with Cyanide, and I don't like it at all. I wish this map would burn in a special place that's not suitable on stream. But it presents a nice segue to actually talk about the current game instead of Incursions. This map, very, very long-range map. Obviously, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to explain that to you. And it's all open, and LGD is a CQC team. They are very, very good up close and personal. And don't get me wrong, TSL definitely has that strength as well. But TSL, I think TSL is probably the most complete team in this entire tournament, and that definitely shows with where they're at right now, which is the championship game. They definitely have one of the most best, well-rounded teams that you can find. They do have fantastic snipers, fantastic middle range medics such as DB and PW when PW is playing medic.
How are they for pilots? I mean, I've never seen them in Conquest, but obviously the only exposure is Frontlines.
Yeah, TSL is a Frontlines platoon and team through and through.
This is their primary
I do not have
focus.
an answer for you. Yep, and explains why they're so good at it. Now I know my platoon, Wham, we were always known as the Operations Pub Stompers, the Pub Stars. So switching to Frontlines initially was a great challenge for us. I remember getting my butt handed to me multiple times before, we finally got it together.
What do you guys think of? Speaking of which, of what I think is going to happen is possibly we're going to be able to have shock operations on private servers. What do you guys think about doing something with that? 20 on 20?
Oh, other teams better watch out. Over my ego is showing. Anyways, I think that could be a lot of fun. Definitely something to explore. I've never really given any consideration to competitive operations or shock operations because operations is really it's considered the public mode of choice, which is funny considering that Conquest has been the staple of Battlefield for so many years.
No, they've definitely done well, I think, with their game modes. Between operations are real similar to Frontlines, but I mean as far as centralizing the focus of the battle, they've kind of Conquest always spread out, but competitively speaking and to get something more interesting out of it, I think that Frontlines and operations are where it's at least for me. And you see a lot of that too. I mean, the same style, they've taken domination, spread out, and they've focused it, so everything's kind of like they're funneling.
Right. I cannot wait for shock operations to enter this game. It's been something that I've been asking for over a year now, and it's finally in the game. I can't remember the maps that it's on. I think Some was one of them, which I think is going to be a lot of fun, but I can't recall the other. Maybe Priested to Her was another one.
Yeah?
Anyways. Looks like we are just waiting on one LGD player to get into the server here.
Just a minute.
Looks like we are calling for a double restart.
Yeah, I want to make sure they've got everybody they need. I told them to go ahead and we'll do basically they're going to get flip-flopped on sites, so it's going to end today. We're going to restart twice here in a minute, guys. I really wish there was a manual, like, clock starter or ready up, That's what Battlefield 5 needs, a ready up, like the NBF4. Because we could again place all the responsibility back on the teams. They're like, well, you weren't ready. It's like, well, then you should have had your guys not ready out. You know.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But
We got an argument in the chat about Sinai, whether it's good or bad, and I'm gonna, since I am such an authority, I'm gonna say Sinai's bad, and that's the end of the story, and we're not gonna talk about it ever again. Okay, thank you.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think the first part of it's not that great. Anything that's a big old open field. But I mean,
I just my issue with this map is that it's extremely one-sided towards the Ottoman side. Not only do you get to the flag closer, but you do have this vertical height advantage over in the caverns here.
Right. No, go ahead.
It's very, very difficult for the British side.
We're gonna do double. Hopefully, we don't lose anybody in the restarts here. Yeah, so I really like that. That Battlefield 5 is going to have a focus on teamwork, and I think you're going to see a blend between, you know, hardcore mode and normal mode. But and to some extent,
I'm really,
I think it's going to force.
I'm really excited.
It's more. I think all around
honestly,
it's going to be more skill based on observation, gun handling. It's going to be, you know, communication. It's going to be all. Their focus for Battlefield 5 is going to be teamwork and skill, you know, working as a team. Obviously, I'm good with that. It supports my cause here, so I think it's going to be cool. It's going to be brutal. And if you guys are having bad thoughts about Battlefield 5 based on what you saw during the reveal, don't. Like I'm telling you, don't. Because just go watch some other videos. That was a very, very bad first impression. Like, for whatever reason, I don't know why they did it that way, but you're not really getting like what's really there, you know what I mean? You're not getting what all that it has to offer, basically.
And I personally am really excited for this game because I I've played Battlefield since Battlefield 3, so entering like 7 years of Battlefield, and a lot of people were speculating about Battlefield 5. It's going to be either be completely like Battlefield 1 or it's going to be like Battlefield 4. And the weird thing about this game is that it's kind of none of those things. It's almost like a completely new entity. And I'm really excited because this is the first time that there's just like this aura of the unknown about a certain game. It's going to be a lot of fun playing with my teammates and my team and the community and figuring out, you know, from the beginning, like as soon at 12 o'clock midnight, from the beginning, how certain things work, what's the best weapon, how to use this, what are the fortifications like, what's the map like, what are the best tanks, etc., etc. Just basically learning an entire game over again, which I think is extremely exciting. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I mean, this will be our, let's see here, basically third rollout of a game now. Are you having troubles with the Discord? Let me check here. Someone else said that. Hold on. Invite invalid. Okay, I gotta fix that. I don't know why. Something must have reset. Give me a little while, guys. You want to join the Discord? Give me like, I don't know, an hour or two after this match. I'll get it fixed. I don't know why that invite is not good anymore, but it's been working forever. You want nukes?
We want nukes in Battlefield 5. Hey, that can be like an extreme, like once in a lifetime kind of squad upgrade for the squad leader. Just drop a fat man on the
look at the end of the trailer on the
French countryside.
Almost, what are they looking up at in the sky? I mean, obviously there's paratroopers, but
that's a V2 rocket.
No, not that one.
The one that crosses a shockwave.
No, right at the very last last 5 seconds of the trailer.
Oh, don't do this to me. Okay, hold on.
That kind of, maybe I'm entirely wrong about this, but I just kind of got that vibe. You remember in BF1 on the reveal, we got about a minute 5 seconds to start. There was the he looks up, and they first teased BF1 where he looks up and you don't know what he's looking at. In this case, you know, it was a blimp, but.
All right, I'm looking at this right now. No, that's an Xbox.
Yeah, I don't think that's falling out of the sky. Certainly not in 42.
Yeah. All right, let me see here. Hello, old friend. Yada yada yada.
There's got to be some nuclear something.
There's nothing. There's nothing there. I think that's just panning up to the
You think it
paratroopers,
is?
unless
I
Dice
don't
is.
know.
Yeah, I think. I mean,
I
think
know
it's
there's not
just
anything to see, but
paratroopers.
is that really what they're wanting? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to. I don't want to overanalyze something that I can't even see. I'm just fine with overanalyzing everything in the trailer that I have seen. 15 seconds to the start of the second map. TSL and LGD.
TSL Ottoman, LGD
getting
British.
it on once again.
And here we go. Let's. I mean, obviously TSL's got a plan for this, so.
Now the horses are going to be a huge factor once again. It does look like both teams have spawned in on their respective horses.
And now it's LGD's
Going to be
turn.
a huge, yeah, it's going to be a huge uphill battle for LGD in terms of latency, I was about to say. It does look like TSL has made it to the point first, and they do have numbers all around this Pride Rock looking area over here.
You're watching that back.
It does look like LGD.
Only about
Yeah.
6 guys over on Bravo. LGD's kind of playing it safe there outside of Bravo.
Yeah, I don't know if they're playing for, third map. But it looks like they're really not all about trying to get on this point here. It looks like they kind of divided themselves and really split themselves apart. And that's not really something you want to do on a map a point that is probably one of the biggest cap radiuses in this entire game.
So I guess
Does look like LGD has gotten a burn.
Is that theirs?
LGD trying to bring their tank into the cavern here is not quite sure where TSL. Yeah, now TSL is rotating back over to the cavern.
Are they able to cap from inside that, as you say, the cavern? Apparently.
Yep, they are. Oh. Yes, they are.
Oh man, who is that? Just got a lead. I think what did he get? 3, 4 feet? I don't know. A bunch of bodies went flying. Okay, I did not know you could cap all the way around there. That's weird.
Yeah, no, that's why this map is so. That's why this map is so difficult, because I mean you literally just have two clumps of masses of players on each respective side into the cavern and also on this little arch over here, and it becomes really one-sided for whoever can get the high ground first. And more often than not, that is the Ottoman team. That is why I said in the beginning this map is really one-sided.
Yeah.
Just like Freddy's gonna have to back up. He is getting multiple repairmen on him, though.
I was gonna say TSL.
LGD has forced their way.
They're losing this flag. LGD's got some plan here that's obviously working out for them. They're pretty spread out, not clustered up. I think LGD is gonna get this cap. Interesting. And we're falling back. I did not see that coming. Could we?
I did not either.
See an upset win
I wonder what happened. I think what happened, Ender, is that at least 6 TSL members tried to get a backflame off on LGD, and LGD was ready for it, and they just completely wiped that backflank. And that's 6 players off the flag. The key to this map is really having bodies on the point, which is why it can be such a tug of war. And honestly, I expect to see this go back to the center point.
Well, TSL's got an opportunity
but
here too. If they can just plug both of those pathways and hold it down, I don't see a lot of LGD going around the outside, but they could just choke point them right here.
Capture objective Charlie.
TSL definitely learning from their mistake. Probably not going to try that back flank again. As I said, bodies on the point are the most important, as LGD is going to try and work their way down this left side.
Yeah, they're pushing full force on it.
They realize that they realize that the tank isn't over there, and they're going to try to hit this while they still can. Although TSL closes that off with pristine accuracy.
Looks like TSL's doing everything right now as far as denying them. If LGD gets up behind them, I think you're going to see see a struggle, but as long as they can keep them between those 2 points and then away from the rock, the center point rock rather.
Looks like Freddy's in a little bit of trouble. He's getting shelled by LGD's tank, and his repairmen have been taken out by snipers on the ridge. It looks like LGD has already conceded that they're not going to be able to make it to the C point, and they're already setting up for this center
It's one of those
flag.
ones where you almost got to have somebody planted there in advance, at least to disrupt them, so you get the rest of your team up. But if not, you know, then cap it. But yeah, it's, I mean, it's kind of like Monte Grappa where, you know, the flags are so far spread out, you got to pre-plant people ahead of time.
So now the biggest question here is, now the two teams have kind of chosen their sides of what they want to push. It's going to become a matter of who can take out the most people rather, and keep them off this point. If TSL can get a tank destroy here, I think it would be the first time that LGD's tank would have gone down in this match as a whole so far. If they can get a tank destroy, that'll go a long way into making sure that they can get some ground on this map.
It's like TSL making some headway. What's going on over here by the flag itself? Steckies and Progressive, the only 2 Mad Gamer to kill. Let's go to Steckies down here on the ground. Ooh, Mad Gamer apparently knew he was there. And LGD stacking heavy on the inside.
And it does look like TSL has gotten some range, and here comes Fred. He's going to try and get in. He might be throwing out some pigeons. No, it just looks like right now he just tried to get a tank shell off his. He's getting shelled,
I think he's going to regret
he
that.
says, I think he's changing his mind very, very quickly. Because now he's without his rep man, and Freddy might have to back up or risk
he's down to
being blown
25. One more shot, he's done.
And this should
There
be
it
a
is.
demo destroy, and that is not good if you're a TSL fan.
Yeah, now LGD, I think they're going to have a little more ground going into the next flag if they keep pushing through here all the way wrap around on TSL.
LGD can't be overconfident, though. They need to make sure that they get this flag. Can't try and start and do what TSL did at the beginning of this game. And keep in mind that if LGD does win this map, they will win the entire match. But the way that the tournament has worked is that every team is allowed 1 loss. It is double elimination.
So there'd be a sudden death.
And
theory.
and TSL has not lost yet, so there would be another sudden death match to be held at a later date.
Which would be really interesting. TSL falling back. It looks like Langneck from LGD. He has made it all the way behind TSL Babalsa. Oh, he gets taken out. Looks like a stick grenade. But
I kind of just feel like something's off here. It doesn't. I feel like TSL just hasn't prepared for LGD as much as LGD has prepared for TSL.
yeah, I'm not sure.
Because everywhere that TSL has tried to go, LGD has been there to put a stop to it.
I do know that that the Africans they claim to be more skilled and understand how to get kills with a lot of latency, because for RSP they don't have anything. They have Europe servers, so they're used to that, even with lenient latency. So they've probably played, I'm sure they played a lot more with lenient latency than TSL has. So that could be a lot of it too, is they perform better with latency. How are we looking on kills and deaths?
It's looking pretty even so far.
LGD, yeah. I mean,
The only outstanding player really has been Feeder in that tank. He has held this LGD team together tremendously.
Look at the rounds being belted off from the top of the rocks over there by LGD. They got the high ground there, and they can just mow them down here on the flags. And we're back to the center once again. About 10 minutes in. Round 2, North America server.
I'm getting done in DFE flashbacks under.
Oh no! Don't say that.
It's not pleasant.
We'll see. I mean, we'll see how quick TSL can adapt to the gameplay here. Now,
Yeah, Salvo's going to try and peek this cavern, but he's going to run into an LMG of fire, and Salvo is just dug in there
LGD's
like a
on
rabbit
top
in
of
a
that.
little hole.
Is there? It's like you can still.
I don't know if you can cap from up there. I don't know if you can cap from up there, though.
No, but you can sit there and have a guy tossing dynamite with ammo, and then, you know, spawning guys in.
It looks like TSL is going to try and gear up a back flank here. The only one watching it right now is Striker. Blaze is going to run right up to him. I don't know if he's going to see him or not. He does, and Blaze does take out Striker here on this flank. Humanator is the only one left, but he does have a bit of an advantage. Yeah. Oh, and Blaze is getting shot at from a spawn.
Humanator.
Anto saving the day. If Blaze got a spawn off there, that could have been disastrous, as DB is going to take out Anto. So hope is still there, but by this time, LGD has gotten the call out that they're behind, and DB is about to run into an entire army of LGD, Lengthproof and Aras. Rampage Streak's about to run into the same fate.
Chemo with a kill there.
Chemo's...
Aras. Oh, Aras takes out, is that Rampage?
And LGD just took out the remainder of TSL, kind of borderline in the middle of that little choke point into the cavern. Steg is the only one left right now.
LGD,
and he's going to get taken out by Bloodhound.
That interior path, if they're going to get
well,
through.
they did get, and they have caught a lot of TSL in a respawn, although TSL does have their tank back up. Big Fella, Doctor, and Renegade Master are back on the point, and LGD have not, up here they come, and just as I was about to say that, they hadn't made too many efforts to get up to the point here.
No, it seems like they're kind of lagging behind, you know, as far as trying to get up on there. But, I mean, really, like, you just need a pile of smoke and a big crowd of people, and who makes it through, you know, the ones that make it through. But hope for the best. Oh, Brian taken out. Dynamite by Renegade.
Capture objective Charlie.
And it does look like TSL actually does have members already up on this next objective. Jang and Mad Gamer.
Yep, okay, see, that's what we need to see. I mean, that's the adapting that needs to happen. Looks like they're gonna.
Although the prevailing thing is that LGD is still all the way on top of the rocks.
Yeah, they're way up on that thing. Yeah, this will be interesting. P-Dub chipping away at him up there.
I think LGD right now is really content with the ebb and flow that they have right now. They're going to try eventually and just narrow this thing out and try to steal one off of TSL, off of capturing the middle objective with just enough time to prevent TSL from getting back to the middle objective.
Yeah, I think LGD's
that's the play that I see right now.
I mean, they're not too adamant about getting up there. They just want to keep holding back here. And maybe that's what they're trying to do, is keep them past that center point and win that way. But
that's a dangerous game you're playing, though.
Yeah.
It's kind of that's really kind of just waiting for something to happen. And eventually, if you wait long enough, in my experience, something will happen. So that's a dangerous game that LGD is going to try and play here, but they're definitely going to have to keep TSL at bay, as Freddy has gotten himself into the cavern as well. He's taking some fire, but it does look like Big Fella.
So I don't know, maybe that's what LGD wants to do, is just, you know, keep them past on their side of the halfway point and win that way. I mean, it's safe. As long as they
Feeder with another three-piece. Oh my lord, Feeder is just ripping TSL apart with those tank shells.
Yeah, I think, and that's been a lot of the problem for TSL, is that tank. I mean, what's he at right now? 16-0. He's not dropping kills like he was on Suez, but
looks like Lionheart, Fury, and Steg are going to try and drop dynamite around the way, and Lionheart does get two with anti-tank grenade.
Right now.
Yes, and TSL does have a back flank on the way. Crambit, Rampage, Renegade, and Salvo all here. Rampage taking, oh no, he does get taken out by Eris. And Salvo gets taken out by Susie.
Yeah,
and just like that, that back flank is no more.
Another wave of them coming in. Stag coming around the back right now. LGD is doing a good job of protecting their backside, though. This is stressful. Yeah, imagine how they feel. Aquabars.
I know exactly how they feel. I was in a match like this on Sunday, and I can tell you it is not the most comforting feeling in the world.
I think you're gonna see a drastic change once they take out that LGD's Shaman. I mean, you can see that LGD,
if they can take it out. I mean, yeah, LGD I think has had 3 repairmen to TSL's 1 or 2 at the most.
I think if TSL can get up on top of the rocks up above that thing, it's a done deal. But until then, they're gonna keep struggling.
TSL might get a burn on the flag here, and here comes the burn.
Here it comes. Yeah, it looks like TSL's actually gaining ground on the inside.
Yeah, it does look like Freddy now has 3 repairmen on him, and Freddy's going to get really aggressive here. Going to take out Akbars in the corner there. He might try to drop pigeons.
They're just unwrapping them right now. Look at this. They're pushing them, pushing them, pushing them.
That might have been the breakthrough that TSL was looking for, as Freddy just takes a whole amount of damage. Freddy low. Freddy gets taken out by Bloodhound. Oh my goodness, what an amazing play by Bloodhound. He just stopped that entire TSL push right there, I believe.
Yeah.
With that tank destroy.
Well, I mean, he burned a lot of LGD down with those pigeons too, right there. I mean, I don't know.
Did he get pigeons off? I was not sure.
He got at least 3, maybe 4 or 5, something like that. I saw on the kill feed. I don't know if those were all from pigeons or just cannon. I don't know. Led's probably getting a little nervous, but it looks like LGD is actually going to mop up TSL for the most part. TSL's, they don't have a lot of bodies on the map right now, do they? Nope.
But if you look up Mad Gamer, he was up on top of the rock, and Anto just squashed his dreams of taking out that tank.
Yeah, I was just switching over to him. I was going to call out the same thing. TSL, they're not a lot of them on the map right now.
Sinai has definitely lived up to its mostly infamous name, depending on who you ask, as this has been a back and forth affair. As yeah, I'm right now petitioning for Sinai never again.
Right. And
as unfortunately for LGD, their breakthrough is probably not going to come right now, as with that tank destroy and with that capture, well, I mean, unfortunately, they did have a window of opportunity, but I think they eliminated too many people on the flag too quickly, as TSL players got caught out of respawn. They were able to rotate in time. I think the real question is whether Leadfeeder is going to get a little bit more aggressive than he was, or did he go down? I can't see. No, he's still 32-0. I just can't see him on my map right now. He is way back.
Yeah, he's playing it safe for sure. I don't know. TSL's got to do something about him though, otherwise they don't really have much to hope for, I don't think. But yeah, I mean, LGD obviously bringing the fight here. I thought TSL did good on Africa server, but LGD showing him up definitely at this point.
I am very surprised, which I said to you earlier. I feel like TSL hadn't really prepared for LGD as much as LGD had prepared for TSL. LGD has been prepared for every single haymaker that TSL has thrown so far.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely... This isn't the way I expected to go. I thought we'd be on map 3 by now. But LGD just, kind of throwing punches where they can and holding them off where they need to. I think not having that high ground there for TSL is hurting them a lot as far as being up on those rocks.
Which is weird because the Ottoman side does have the most high ground when you think about where they're being able to set up in the initial push to the C objective, or excuse me, the B objective. Because they do, if you look at the middle of that choke point there, you can get up on those ledges there, and you do have a vertical advantage. But it's kind of ironic that LGD has literally gone above TSL.
Yeah, and I think that's another aspect. I mean, once TSL gets up there, and again, I don't know if you can cap from up there or not. Looks like Mad Gamer trying to get up there. I think you're going to see.
It looks like TSL's trying another back flank. Sorry to interrupt you, but it looks like that's going to be taken out pretty quickly. And Freddy coming in with a Tank Hunter land ship.
There you go.
This is interesting. And there goes Freddy and his Tank Hunter land ship.
Down already? Mad Gamer is above
oh
LGD
my goodness.
right now.
This is not looking good for TSL. Not only did Langpruth get a 6-piece on that Tank Hunter land ship, but LGD now has members on the next objective.
Mad Gamer's putting the rounds into him. And Lead probably has no idea where it's coming from. Oh, and once again, LGD saves it there. Oh, Lead's on his side there, sliding away. What is he at health-wise?
And it does look like Brian is... Oh, Brian with a key gunfight win over Dr. G. As Brian is basically a lone survivor. And he is pushing back almost to another map. Like, he's pushing to Soissons, and that's how far away he is from the objective right now.
What are you looking at?
This is Brian.
Oh,
Brian
I see
Fury.
him. Okay.
He's back over towards MCONs, and he is
TSL
waiting for a bunch of LGD to spawn on him.
I think they kind of have an idea.
Dr. G knows. Dr. G knows, but he doesn't know that Fury is all the way back there. See, Dr. G's running around the objective, trying to look for him. But if LGD is able to get this capture right here, this could spell doom for TSL.
Yep.
They have no idea. Oh, but Fury just fired off a rocket shot.
Meanwhile,
I don't know if that
TSL's,
just gave away his position or not.
High ground, but yeah, I don't think they know what's about to happen.
And over we go to Fury, waiting for a bunch of... Oh, and he's teabagging. He's waiting. He's like, guys, get on me. I'm behind them. Hurry up, hurry up. Probably not in American dialect.
If LGD just holds C, they win even if they don't advance. If they hold if it's on C, then it would still be... I don't know how we're going to call that. How are we going to call that? We'll see. Hopefully, I don't know, our rule. Here we go. Look at this massive back rage right now by LGD. Look at him mopping up, moving in here. Brian making that happen.
But now TSL is in scramble mode. They're going to try to take out the remnants of LGD as fast as possible.
Did Brian?
I think LGD
Brian pushed up with him,
and it does look like TSL is going to survive. No,
LGD, the rest of their team needs to be pushing up right now because they're.
Yeah, I'm wondering where the rest of them are. That tank needs to be moving up now.
I mean, they're only going to hold out for so long. They got one guy left, and he's about to go down. Langneck down. Where's the rest of LGD?
And it looks like Feeder is just being harassed by the few remaining TSL members on this B objective. A wasted opportunity by LGD
yeah,
there. They had TSL right where they wanted to.
Rather than communicating with the other half and seeing
which is the risk that you run, which is exactly the risk that you run. Running that many repairmen on a tank like that, you sacrifice a bunch of people that could be pushing the objective for keeping your tank alive. You have to give credit to TSL though. They, as soon as they realized that they were behind, or that LGD was behind them, they all did a nice 360 and ran straight back to that C objective.
Yeah, progressive taking.
Or A rather.
Yeah, I mean Brian Fury is probably furious. Right now, I mean just
I see what you did there.
The opportunity. What? Oh, yeah. I was like, what are you talking about? But I mean, like, you know, his team had the opportunity. He made it happen. That was a hell of a back flank there by LGD, and the rest of his team didn't meet him on that one. And now, again, now it could go the complete opposite way because TSL is slowly starting to occupy the high ground here. Now we just need some AT up there. Crambit and Ophelia about to square off. Got Valsalvo here. It's gonna be real hard though with the 3 repair guys from LGD on that tank. You're gonna need a lot of AT work in that thing.
And Freddy is back out with a Tank Hunter Landship. He's gonna try this once more.
Here's a full squad up on the top. They need to take out that tank. Crambit, last one left. Looks like the other 3 guys or so taking out. Antophilia takes out Crambit, and I think, yeah, it looks like TSL has been wiped off the top once again. Down to 12 minutes 50 seconds.
LGD seeming to get a little bit of a push here on Freddy. Crambit's gonna try and drop dynamite over the side, I'm assuming. He just bipoded up with the new Ruby Roll obstacle. It's his new favorite thing, as Clown gets either a 2 or a 3 piece with an airburst mortar.
Freddy rocking that Tank Hunter, I assume.
Yeah.
Hopefully he puts it to good use here. That lead is over there just, what's he at now? 37-0, yeah, that is hurting TSL bad. Looks like TSL, they're gonna finally cap this? I don't know.
I don't know, they do have the numbers, but they can't get overconfident. They know they need to get a tank, but if I were them right now, I'd make sure I'd get this capture first and then try and blitz the tank when he isn't so enclosed in
Looks like they went for that top.
the cavern.
Yeah, the top of those rocks, and then they all kind of pulled back, and now they're just burning the flag, and it's working. We're at about 90% on the Bravo flag. This might turn the tides for him here. Nope. Reverse by LGD at the last minute. I don't know where all the...
Unfortunately, what happened there, Ender, is that TSL was all kind of clumped around the tank, and basically what LGD did was they got a bunch of their airburst mortars and they just rained down as Freddy goes down in his Tank Hunter Landship. Can't quite tell who that was. I don't know if that was the tanker. That looks like it was Lord Methwish.
I didn't catch it there on the feed. And now TSL at a disadvantage. They're kind of wrapped all the way around Bravo, but again, I mean, once
they really cannot seem to find a way to take out the tank, and that's really to much of the credit of LGD and Leadfeeder and his repair team.
Well, they did their homework. I mean, LGD, they're, you know, they've got, look at this, Antophilia, Grim, they're all up above where you could get, you know, a serious backflank on the tank and the repair guys for that, but they've got that covered. They've got the tank backed into a spot where he can't really, you know, get snuck up on, and they've pretty much got this well figured. If you notice, he's kind of staying, Led's kind of staying right on that inside where there's nobody to come from his right, and they've got the top covered, so he's really only got very, you know, 2 places to look, very few spots that he has to worry about.
But still, you do have to commend LGD for how well they have played with close to 300 ping. Some of them over 300 ping.
Oh yeah.
On an US East server. It's been quite the spectacle. And I honestly think that this is one of the very few times in this tournament where TSL has faced some adversity, some major adversity.
They've kind of been slowed down here and there, but not struggled like this. Go watch Led's point of view if we can.
And I'm sure any TSL member will say, well, Wham really gave us a really good match, but even my team at the state that we were when we played TSL weren't able to do quite this to TSL.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's some serious skill in the teams here. And it's cool because it's, you know, people from all over the world. It's not just one region. I mean, you know, we do the best we can with it. In the end, it's just a game, but
yeah.
But it's interesting to see, you know, what. I mean, who would have thought that, you know, South Africa would have a team that's playing, you know, in the championship out of what, 39 teams?
A lot of teams. LGD has definitely put themselves on the map of Tier 1 Gaming Live with this performance. This Leadfeeder is just, well, I think his name speaks for himself, as he has been absolutely shelling that cluster of TSL on that ridge line there. They might try to back off and get some spawns here, though. I think one thing that the horses have kind of stopped on the side of TSL. I think they really, after the initial push. Which at the current time, it does look like LGD is going to get a cap, and you see Freddy coming in once more, going to try the tank hunter landship once more. He's firing, or his gunners are firing up on top of that rock, trying to get Antofilla out from under there, but Renegade J20 is going to come up behind him really quickly. He does get that kill.
LGD was more,
and just like that.
I mean, here comes Langneck, but I mean, if they were like super aggressive right at this point in time, they'd punch through on this inside. But I think you're gonna see the same thing over and over. They're just sending a few guys. The rest of them are still back there protecting that tank at all costs, and they're shortening themselves up here. And no LGD. I think you know, the use of smoke would have done a lot too.
Yeah, but I do think that LGD is playing for a steal here, as it does look like Bloodhound is getting some damage on Freddy, and Freddy is dangerously low, and here comes another AT rocket. And I don't know if the horse was really doing that much there, or perhaps
at least
the repairmen weren't ready for an onslaught like that. But TSL tank crew has had some struggles here in this match.
It looks exactly like what LGD is trying to do, is just hold TSL back here and burn them out that way. You know, not win by...
We are entering 6 minutes left, so it is starting to become do or die time here for TSL, because the way that this map is going, it seems like maybe 2 minutes per flag capture. If that happens, this could very well end. Yeah. And this could very well end in a 2-0.
I don't think they're pushing a little bit, but maybe that's exactly it. I'm just looking at, you know, Led over here. He has no interest in pushing to the next objective. So I wonder if they're just sitting there trying to, you know, just keep him just slightly past where it would be a draw, and just try to.
But if you're LGD right now, you don't want to clear TSL off the flag too fast. You're going to try and want to cheese this as much as possible. Yep. Make sure that there is no way that they can get back to the other objective and back onto B in time. And now there's 2 TSL on top of this mountain structure. Mad Gamer and Renegade are lower.
TSL back on the back flank right now, both above and below.
Yeah. Jang and Rampage Shrieks are up on top of the rock. Renegade, Mad Gamer, and I think that was DB on the horse that just got taken out.
Oh, we might see a change here. We have 3 AT guys from TSL up top, above Lead. And here they go, dropping down. Here come the grenades, here come the rockets. Here it comes. TSL gonna put the hurt on Lead. Can they do it? Lead's hurting.
I think the only thing missing, I think the only thing missing right now is just some coordination. They had the numbers, but they all kind of just sporadically went in.
You know,
and that might have doomed them there.
Just start dropping dynamite, limpets.
Yeah, I'm waiting for 18 nades. I'm waiting for dynamite, and I haven't. And
Lead's hurting
except
bad.
For one, although Leadfeeder is backing up.
He is hurting. Yeah, he's panicking
moving.
right now.
He is booking it.
He is panicking. He is panicking. What is he at right now?
His repairmen are down. His repairmen are down.
He's hurting. And he's down. He finally
and there
goes
down.
down. 3 minutes, 50
down go
seconds.
Lead Feeder. After 2 almost entire full matches of being up. And believe it or not, TSL also, I believe, no, they didn't. I was about to say they captured the flag with that too, but unfortunately didn't. But if I'm TSL, I am fine with trading off Lead Feeder in the
as long
tank
as he's not back
for losing the objective.
There, but
the tank should be respawning with 1:30 seconds left. That is, if TSL gets this capture.
It could go the other way, though. Look at LGD on the right-hand flank there on the flag. Mad Gamer looking to pick him up. They got a big squad moving in. That was, they should have done that about 15 minutes ago. LGD.
I don't think it was for lack of effort, but I think it was the repair crew for Lead Feeder has been outstanding throughout this entire match.
I think TSL made a big mistake.
Think so?
Look at this. Look at this push by LGD right now on Charlie. They've got their guys way up on the mountain, invested up there. Looks good, but look what LGD's doing right behind him. Look at the Charlie flag.
And it looks like Freddy's being pushed off. That horse is harassing him. He is without repairs. All it takes is one more.
Yeah, I think
he does get one full cycle
off.
I think
this is going to be it. I think TSL made a mistake there. You know, probably not knowingly. It was a smart move, but bad timing because LGD is capitalizing on it, pushing in. Now look at the positioning on Charlie flag right now by LGD.
A lot better than we've seen so far, that's for sure.
And now look at him.
Exactly.
Look at him go. They knew.
Although
they knew
Freddy
TSL
realizes this,
there.
Freddy is gonna watch Freddy right now. He's gonna go right up to the club and he's gonna drop pigeons.
There's a lot of LGD though.
Or at least I'm assuming so.
I don't know. I don't think it's gonna end well.
I was anticipating pigeons, but Freddy's just trying to clear out the best that he can. LGD does still have a massive players on this left side here.
Yep. And Cramby gets taken out there. TSL might recover though. I thought LGD was just gonna sweep across there. Freddy's still up. Minute 28. I think we're gonna go to the tiebreaker.
And I do think that Lead Feeder should have just
TSL
respawned,
recovered.
and it looks like he did.
All right, and we're back. I think this is gonna be a tiebreaker. I thought that LGD was gonna come in at the last minute there. You know, just when you think TSL's got something going, LGD's sweeping over that Charlie flag for the first time in this map.
The story of this map, Ender, missed opportunities. LGD at one point in this match did have multiple squads behind TSL, but their passiveness with the tank really bit them in the butt as they couldn't close out the deal. TSL going after the Lead Feeder 3 minutes ago was able to get a demolition, but unfortunately it almost really screwed them over.
Yep, and
a lot of missed opportunities in this match.
That flag I don't think is going to go live by then, so we're going to Europe for the tiebreaker. Pretty sure, unless it should, in theory. I don't know. I never know what this game's going to do. It should end in a draw, right?
Well, this match, yes. But if LGD also wins yes, if LGD wins Soissons, which is the next map, they will take this. They will take this match.
Yeah, I thought that was it too. I thought LGD had it, and 0. There it is. Draw, going to Europe. Man, that was.
I've said it already once. I've said it already once, and I'm gonna say it again. Sinai just lived up to his infamous name.
Yep.
That was stressful to watch, and I'm sure that was not fun to play. To a certain extent, of course. I'm sure it was fun in some aspect.
Yeah. Now.
But you know, I'm biased. I'm a little biased. I don't like this map. Holy Scotch balls is right. I will be back. I'm going to take a well-earned bathroom break.
And I'll be back in just a minute, guys, as we figure this thing out. Stand by.
And we are moving on to map 3, Soissons. Alright, I'm going to drop out for a second. And we are back. Moving on to, I think, probably one of the least played maps in this entire tournament, Soissons. Very, very peculiar map. That's a tough word for me right now. Anyways, despite that, it's going to see a lot of the same things that we've seen in this match so far. Tank play. And as I said at the very beginning of the cast, LGD's ability to keep Leadfeeder alive is going to be critical, and especially in this map, because unlike Sinai and unlike Suez, Leadfeeder doesn't really have that much protecting him in terms of choke points. Leadfeeder did have the advantage of being closed in the cavern, and of course he was taken out eventually, but he's not going to have that luxury here.
You're going to love this. Looking at the rules here, we've changed it up so many times, I forget. You know, we've modified. Hold on.
Are we debating a tie, or what would happen if TSL wins this match, I'm assuming? We are still here. We are just debating right now the rule set in case TSL does, in fact, win this map. And what I believe to be correct is what Ender is telling the teams right now is that if TSL does win this map, it would be one map to LGD, which was Suez, one map to TSL, which would potentially be Soissons, and then since Sinai was a tie, we would be going back to Sinai, I assume on a European server, and playing Sinai at halftime. So that would be 20 minutes instead of 40 minutes. It would be on the same server? So potentially LGD may have to survive another exploration on an American server, but I don't feel as though they should be concerned about it at all, considering how well they played with that much latency on an American server on a map that is blazingly difficult.
Yeah, I'm referring, I mean, our rules, we've kind of, you know, listened to teams and changed them up as we go. As bad as it sounds, it's not. We're just, you know, like, well, you know, certain things you can flex on. Yeah, sorry, I'm going through this here with them. All right, I'm gonna give, if you guys are still tuned in here, sorry, we're trying to explain it to them. Take like a 5-minute break. We'll let the teams go stretch for a minute. I know I could use it. And then we're gonna do a Sinai once again, as much as we love that map, and down to halftime. So it's gonna be 20-minute timer per the rules. We're just referring back to the rules here. So
In the meantime, we do have
Scores.
a really nice Battlefield 5
looping background. Just a sec, guys. Yeah, we'll here, watch a trailer. Fine. Here, you want something? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. It's not working.
All right.
There we go. I think you meant to say Saucy Islands there instead of Sinai. Are you confusing them?
Huh?
We're doing Sinai
No.
halftime. Playing it now. Again.
Oh, we're playing Sinai again right
Yes,
now?
for the rules.
Oh, so we're not playing Soissons yet.
No, and if TSL, or sorry, LGD takes Sinai with a clear win,
I think everybody was under the impression that we were going to Soissons and then going back and playing Sinai again.
or it can. I think the way it says we can do either one. I mean, it's pretty spelled out there. People just.
Alright, so I guess I'm heading back to Sinai again with B. I'm so happy.
All right, we're just waiting. Get loaded in here. You're back to 50% time. There. We have the rules for a reason. If you guys want to see what we're referring to, here's the rules and the chat on YouTube. Is there anybody on Facebook still? Guess I should check on that. Sorry, Facebook guys, it's not easy to watch watch all these chats at once. But if you guys go to our website, go into rules, you'll see. No surprises, it's all right in the writing, in the text.
I am back and loading into Sinai. A return vacation. Chavez, we were playing Sinai again because Sinai was a draw.
And we could have went through the other one, or we could have replayed this. It's just at our discretion.
Either way, Sinai. Well, not necessarily either way, but more than likely Sinai was going to get replayed anyways.
Yeah, basically the way that our rules are crafted is that there needs to be a clear winner determined on a map. Obviously, that wasn't the case. Yes, LGD, you could argue that they play better, but we could have gone either way on the rules, and these rules have been there for months and months and months. And the way we wrote it was that essentially there needed to be a clear winner, not factoring who played. Yeah, they did do better than TSL did on TSL's home server versus the Africa one, but this is the way we decided to write them.
So if this match draws again, Aurelio, it keeps getting replayed at 20-minute intervals.
Right, but I think
until the winner is
there's
chosen.
the likelihood someone's gonna change it up. I don't know what to tell people. It's been there for months and months and months since before we even started don't think there's any changes made. You know, I remember what we changed. We changed something, I think, going into the knockout ladder in the World Series. Yeah, guys, it's all in the rules. It's been there. Actually, the teams did, Dylan. So we've got input. We've allowed them to, you know, are you cool with this? Yeah. Well, now they're not, so I don't know what to say. But yeah, the teams set them up. So if you think they're stupid, talk to the teams. TSL's loading. I mean, the way it's written, does it make sense to you, Catalyst? Now that you're reading through it?
The way that I interpreted it, and this might have, and I was not aware of a change in the rules, and that might be the issue. But again, of course, I'm not on the Discord 24/7. My interpretation of the rules, as far as I knew they were, was that we would have gone to Soissons, played Soissons. If TSL won Soissons, we would have gone back and played Sinai.
Well, you're not wrong. It says an overtime round may occur immediately after the tie, or the remaining maps may be played prior to the overtime event. This is the discretion of the staff. That's the way it's written, and you know, word for word. And at my discretion,
I think after this tournament is over, it should be either one or the other.
Yeah, I mean, that's true, but I mean, I think more the idea when we first wrote it was if it was a first, how do I say this? It was the first map in the set of 3 to get tied. We could play the next one first, not necessarily the tiebreaker. Does that make sense?
Right.
So being as this is the second map in the set, it needs to be replayed. Yeah, I mean, it could have been.
So I guess then more specificity, more specific. We need to be more specific on the rule that if it's the second map in the rotation, you could play the second map immediately. But if it's the third,
or if it's the first, you could do it at the end and play the second map. Either way, you gotta on the 2 maps that are chosen by the 2 teams. There's got to be a clear winner. Is the whole idea, and you have a little bit of leniency. But you're right. We should have just said it needs to be played immediately after. But let's say we went Sinai. God, I'm drawing a blank right now. What the hell did we play before? Suez. Let's say we went Sinai, Suez, and then Soissons. Then we could, and you know, this is the time we could have just pushed this till after Suez. Is the idea. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Again, we're constantly. Whoop! I almost lost my headset. We are constantly working on the rules with the teams throughout the tournament.
We do so many different game modes too. It's like
I'm going to grab myself some water.
I like Sinai. Sorry for the confusion there, guys. Just had to remind people what was actually written and has been written. Let's see if we can kick this thing off. Well, Justin, guess what? You can leave. Bye. It should be starting here in just a minute. We're just waiting for LGD to finish loading 1 TSL. Well, it is a tiebreaker, but there's not a clear winner determined on this map. That's what we're trying to say. It ended in a draw. We need to have Team A or Team B win. And that's, I guess, I don't know. Go read the rules. That's all I can say.
If my opinion means anything, I think that we should have gone to Soissons and played that map, because regardless of whether, let's say TSL wins this tiebreaker
If Africa
anyway,
was getting robbed,
the
like, I don't want to hear it, guys. I really don't. You're gonna trigger me. If I was robbing them, I would have given TSL the win and said we're on to the tiebreaker. That's robbing Africa. So no, I'm not robbing you.
I think the way that in the future,
Well,
people need to speak up.
I mean,
say if TSL wins this now, if TSL wins Soissons anyway, they're gonna win the match. If LGD wins this match, they're gonna win anyways. If they win the next map, they're gonna win anyway. So I think that the tiebreaker should be played last, so we go through a full cycle of maps.
yeah, but I mean, you could look at it either way. But if you did play that one right now, and then TSL lost the whole thing, then they could argue that, well, we didn't get to play, or get potentially a chance to win or a clear winner on their map, their choice, their server. So you could look at it either way.
That's as a player, that's what I would have voted for.
Until
But of course, rules are rules.
Until it doesn't work out in your favor, then people argue it the other way. So it can go either way, no matter what you
Right,
write. It's
right.
always, situational if it's not, playing it. Okay. Let's see here. Right. Yeah, but again, then LGD wins the next map, and then TSL could say, well, we didn't have a clear winner on our map, and it can go either way, guys. You need to realize that, and I'm not robbing anybody of anything. It's in the rules. They had a chance to speak up. We could have changed it, and they never said anything until it's not in their favor. It does not matter what you do. Like, if it doesn't fit, someone's agenda or in their favor, then it's going to be wrong. So, you know what? You guys can all go down to Home Depot. You can pick up the boards. You can pick up the nails. Grab a hammer, and you can crucify me. I don't really care. Well, if you don't like me talking, then you can leave too. Go ahead and be that way, guys. You're just going to get removed. Like, I don't care. And I'm going on 18.
Okay, so on 18, we are, after some much debate and hot,
Yeah, sorry guys,
I guess,
but
temperament, I suppose. I mean,
it's irritating because
as much
the rules
as
have been there.
No, I know, but it's every team has been there, and really, it is truthfully at its core an either or situation. It could really go both ways.
Go either way depending on the outcome.
I of course have my preference on what I would have liked to see, but again, it's something that could have been changed prior to this, but as Ender does have a point when he's saying it's only an issue when it starts affecting you. And at some point, some foresight needs some force. Yeah, some foresight. There must have been some foresight. Although I mean, I understand both sides of the tale. And personally, I would have rather gone to Soissons because even though there wasn't a clear winner on this map, nobody lost it and nobody won it. So it's unfair to, in my opinion, to focus on this map when there is another map that could equally decide a winner.
Right, but again, yeah, they could have lost and Africa robbed. Yeah, we're really robbing you. I mean,
No, Africa's robbed at
I
Home
know.
Depot. They don't have that. That's an American thing.
yeah, I like how they say robbed, though. I mean, like you could see robbed. I'm not robbing anybody. Replaying a map is not robbing a team of anything. That's just ignorant. And here we go. You know, if you guys don't like it, speak up when the rules are written, when we post them multiple times. If you're
All right.
too lazy.
diving straight first into the match. It does look like both teams have spawned in. I'm heading straight over to Freddy right now, trying to see what he's running. Looks like he's running the Saint Shimon. Looks like he's given up the tank hunter the landship shtick that he was trying to run previously. And it does look like TSL has learned from their prior experience. They're going to overload this left side into the cavern and try to prevent Lead Feeder from getting anywhere close. As Eros gets a two-piece on Kimasabi and P-Dub. LGD has struck blood first.
Lures, I think.
And Brian Fury getting 3 there, 1 with an 18 aid, 2 with an SMG-08 as looks like LGD is trying to get some leadway in there.
Yeah, TSL's been struggling. Yeah. What's Freddy's back in the Shimon? Where is Lead? Langneck.
I am not sure. It looks like Lead is finally making his way up, but honestly, I think it might be a little bit too late, as Freddy has gotten the high ground on Lead Feeder. And TSL now appears to be extremely in control. Does look like TSL. Well, Steckies did get behind that tank, and he did get an AT shell, but it doesn't. I don't know if TSL has quite noticed where he is yet. Steckies maybe trying to get a squad bomb. Salvo is going to revive Mad Gamer. I don't think he saw him. Steckies did get one spawn off. Salvo did take out both of them. Good play by Salvo trying to clear up that backside. Did get a couple of key reses too, but TSL is in perfect position here. They are going to get a cap, and we will be moving for the first time to the A objective.
I don't really, I mean, other than I guess they got up there, they were able to get a hold on the interior of that.
Well, I think what really seals it, and I think what we're learning is that overloading one side is definitely the way to go, and it looks like, yeah, Lead did go down.
But LGD did have the high ground there on the rocks.
They did have the high ground, but TSL did overload the cavern, which appears to be definitely the more crucial side of this big point. And they knew that LGD was going to try and get in there as fast as they could.
No, Messi.
And they just got there first.
Go here, Messi, if you want to create the confusion. Go look at the rules under the way frontline scoring is, and it'll. It's like a table, so you'll see it. It looks like LGD though, they're not letting TSL in there. Did TSL, looks like they primarily came through the interior side, and LGD is there to meet them.
There were some TSL members on this left side, but they kind of got put into a close wash of LGD bullets and anti-tank fire.
And LGD is looking to put the heat on Freddy. Freddy is probably about to go down. He is, oh, Clown gets taken out.
Oh, he's got to back up, and Freddy is retreating. The American are acting like the French here, retreating, pulling all the way back. Freddy taking a bunch of fire. Is that 4 repairmen on Freddy right now? They are trying desperately not to lose this tank, as Freddy is rolling around in the Saint Shimon, and he barely escapes death. And Crambit, the lone TSL member on this archway. We've seen him do amazing things, but there are a lot of blue people coming at Crambit right now.
And he is shot in the face.
As I expected, LGD doing a good job getting over on this side here, but again, TSL does have the preferred side. They are in the cavern, they are set up. It's going to be very, very difficult for LGD to get in to this objective.
They've got good control, LGD does, of Bravo right now, of the actual flag area. So we'll see what they're going to do about this.
Messy TSL did choose Sinai as their map. LGD picked Suez, and LGD won map 1 on African servers. But they drew on Sinai on American servers, which after some debate, we are back here for the 20-minute overtime rounds. This is on the NA server, Amir. As LGD does get almost a full squad of anti-tank over to the left.
Yeah, they're wrapping around
although
right now.
P-Dub is getting some shots on those people wrapping around. He does get one. He got nuked there, and P-Dub is low on health. He's going to try get a few more karambit on his white horse.
P-Dub's
Lionheart Fury just gave a meat cleaver to Langneck there.
Looks like Karambit and got our horses back. DB coming around.
This could be, well, looks like, oh, the entirety of LGD is around that tank. Good luck getting in there as Karambit finds out the hard way.
Yeah, and LGD starting the reversal, kind of at a standstill. 11:58 left. Let's make Africa.
Africa is great already. I don't know what you're talking about. Freddy with a nice two-piece there on Nuke and Stekes as Freddy, again, is set up on a perch, just blowing away any LGD member that's going to try and get to this point, as now he's getting a little bit more aggressive. Going to try and get some shells on Feeder, but I don't really know if he can see him through the smoke. There is a lot of smoke and gas between Freddy and Feeder.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got several guys cranking on a repair tool tank, it's going to be dang near impossible to take that thing out.
Kimosabi with the weirdest two-piece you're ever going to see. He got a two-piece there with a flare spot.
Really?
Yeah. The only thing that might top that is if somebody got like a two-piece with a syringe needle. And Steg here in the back, making sure that nobody is going up on the top of that big rock, because Freddy's going to have to retreat a little bit. LGD is forcing their will. They are pushing in slowly but surely.
It seems like both teams really got
like
a lot
Freddy...
of the same layout right now.
Yeah.
About 10 minutes left, coming up on the halfway mark. Let's see if we get a clear winner. Yeah, didn't you play 3 overtimes with Dom? And that's another example of the rules and how they've been, is that, you know, this isn't the first time we've had to do this, and actually on this same exact map. I bet TSL.
Fiji and I spent about 2 hours or so, maybe 1.5, maybe an hour 45, just on Sinai Desert. There was a full 40-minute match, and there was 60 minutes of overtimes before we found a winner.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, especially when you're doing cross-region.
But I do believe in that case, though, Sinai was the 3rd map in the rotation, so that's a map that had to be replayed anyways.
Wow, right. And, you know, in hindsight, it might be better to do, in the future, play both sides of the map at 20-minute timers, but then, I don't know. Yeah, Amir, that's good.
But, I mean, unfortunately, you can't change the rules in the middle of a match to cater to a certain team. I know, obviously there is some disagreement. And I think Leadfeeder went down a 2nd time there. I don't see him up. No, he is down and out and
he's on
back as a
foot,
medic.
yeah.
So look for TSL to get very aggressive here as Freddy's going to push up.
They don't
Krambit and
do
Jang.
that meth push.
Krambit and Jang are going to try and get around, although they're going to find out real quickly that LGD does have a few members behind them.
Yep. Oh, man. Look at Freddy taking the damage. And he's down.
Freddy is going down again.
LGD with those
and an extra
backflips.
AT rocket to boot. I don't. Did you see that extra AT rocket? Just somebody making sure that he was dead?
No, I didn't. I looked away.
It was just an extra surety.
It looks like TSL having to fight 360 degrees. We might go back to MCOMs here. I don't know if LGD's done some amazing stuff as far as recovering. But we'll see if they can get up here. I don't think they're going to be able to.
It does look like TSL has finally found their foothold as they're pushing LGD way, way back.
And about to go to telegraphs. There it is. Let's see if TSL can make this happen. I know it's getting late over there.
And Eris is behind the TSL team, but TSL knows he's exactly there as three people come and swarm that back flank before it can even develop. These MCOMs are really, really tricky because obviously you have a lot of open field, but it does look like LGD is kind of stuck in. It looks like they're kind of stuck in respawn here. I don't see many of them spawning as.
Yeah, they might.
Leadfeeder does get his tank here as TSL is going to get an early plant. They might even get two if they're fast enough.
Yeah, it looks like as long as they don't slow down. Yep.
It does look like that diversion. LGD is going to overwhelm the A side as TSL is flocking to the B side. Arguably the harder point to capture. And TSL does have a great setup on that point here. Leadfeeder coming in. He isn't a spotter tank, so he doesn't have pigeons at his disposal, which, granted, could be very, very useful right now. Although an artillery track, or an artillery, not truck, but an artillery strike comes in, takes out at least 3 or 4 TSL members, as LGD is going to get a defuse on this.
Watching Brian right now. There it is. Still lots of tickets left, though.
LGD with another incredible recovery. That's like the third or fourth one that we've seen thus far.
Enemy coordinates have been sent to our artillery.
Yeah, they've completely wiped TSL.
Enemy coordinates sent and received by artillery.
LGD now pushing up on these ruins, trying to get TSL out, and they're trying to get an early jump on this next point. You already see a couple of LGD members on the cliffs over on the right side here. You see Akvar's by himself. Progressive and Brian are there too, but Kimosabi just blows Progressive away. Kimosabi with a 3-piece with the Obrez pistol. That was incredible to watch. And there was a bomb planted, but it looks like LGD is all over that as well. It's gonna be up to Mad Gamer to see if he can get an arm, and he gets taken out by Grim Striker. Leadfeeder is moving on up to the BMCOM, making sure that nobody gets close to that, and it looks like we are heading back to the A objective. Dr. G is back there already. It does not look like any LGD have gotten behind, or I take that back. No, it looks like Jang is in the tank. That's kind of different. That's different from Jang. He's not really a tanker, but I guess the tank was up and they decided they needed it now and rushing to get it back. They have decided to come out in a 10-counter land ship, which I don't know if that's the right move at this point, because they haven't had as much trouble with Leadfeeder as they did have in the last match.
Here's Antiphilia coming up on a back flank. So he took one, gets taken out by Rampage.
Capture objective apples.
So he's Zhang right
Yeah, like Brian Furry trying to get Nope, DB comes in from behind her. I'm sorry, that was roasted bird. I'm not going to finish that.
Yeah, it looks like LGD taking the high ground on Alpha.
LGD really prioritizing the cliffs, trying to get the high ground here on TSL. I'm not sure if the land ship went down. I think it went down unless it changed hands. No, yes, the tank hunter land ship did go down, so that little escapade by Zhang in the tank hunter land ship did not pan out the way that he wanted it to.
Let's see if TSL can hold out a little bit longer. If I mean, it just depends where this ends up, but TSL might take this map.
How's my audio? Do I sound raspy? Because I just had a huge lag spike, and I know that when that happens, my voice can sometimes get a little distorted. Stream, am I okay?
Sounds fine to me. We have this problem. I don't think it's happened since BF4, but like at a certain point, like people's chat audio, and it may still happen actually through PSN chat. Like they're sharing their voice, but it for whatever reason, sometimes they sound like robotic on the screen. Like they're half sharing their voice and half not. It looks like we're going back.
Yep. No, that's what happens. Yeah, no, that's what happened to me whenever I have a huge lag spike at home. And as you said, we are going back to Bravo, and this very likely will end up in a draw again. 2 minutes to go on the B capture. It may just barely be enough time for TSL to bring this back to the A objective, but time is not on their side, or I guess rather not on our side, because I'm sure I'm sick of Sinai, and I would rather see some nice green on the French countryside.
Right. Something a little different, I guess.
We've been on a desert the entire night.
I know, right?
I look for LGD to be really aggressive getting into the cavern. They kind of took their time last time, but time's not on their side. They need to get in, and they need to get in now.
Unless LGD's gonna make the push. Where's everybody moving?
LGD is about a quarter of the way through capping the flag. 35%, 40%, now to 50% of the way captured. TSL is without their tank right now. No, their tank is here, but he is not anywhere near the objective, I don't think.
This could be it. Let's see, we're about 75%. If LGD, if they can do this.
This is coming down very close, ladies and gentlemen.
Almost there. If that cap.
Still pushing on the flag.
If that cap goes off.
Freddy's trying to force his way in.
And there it is,
and
LGD.
They do get a cap.
For the win.
from all the way back from their own MCOMs. LGD has pushed TSL all the way back to the C objective.
That's it.
So not only is that a 2-0, but LGD lives to fight another day. They will take on TSL again at a later date.
Oh,
that is 2-0 to the side of LGD. Quite an upset. I did not see this going this way. I thought that TSL would have been crowned champion today, but LGD definitely had a game plan. I've been saying it all night. TSL did not look prepared. LGD looked over-prepared, and it showed out in this overtime. What an incredible comeback victory.
Yeah, that was
on
good.
This overtime map on Sinai. That was incredible.
I mean, that turned around quick there. It's just all about that timing. I mean, right there at the very level, was that 2 minutes left? And LGD makes it happen.
I think that was 2 minutes left.
So we're gonna, you know, there's a grand final, as they call it. We're gonna let TSL decide if they want that, if they want to hang it up. Sometimes teams do. It looks like they do want it, so stand by. We're gonna have one more match at a later date, and they're gonna repick their maps, their sides, and we're gonna drag it out one more time for a grand final, and that will be that.
I'm kind of at a loss for words.
Yeah, I mean,
what an incredible
it's
display
been kinda,
of skill by the Africans.
yeah,
the South
they've
Africans.
definitely kind of surprised us all, I guess you would say. So again, LGD for the win. Chance for a grand final at a later date. Stay tuned, guys. But with that said, we're gonna go ahead and get on out of here. And again, Ender, Catalyst, Tier 1. We will keep you informed and let you know what happens.